Hey people, D-Man here. Today I am reviewing The Owl House Season 2, Episode 7. And I gotta say, this episode was really good. There will be spoilers, but spoiler-free really quick. Um, Spoiler-free. I don't know why you haven't watched the episode yet. Go watch it. Because it's really good, really interesting. Some really cool things happen in there, like some shenanigans happen. Some cute relationship things happened, and we get to see some characters, and we get to see a certain thing that happens with a certain tattoo, which is weird yet interesting. Um, it's very interesting indeed. It's very cool. uh, but yeah, we get to see some stuff that's really interesting, and we get to see Ida. Uh, Something happens with Ida. Well, two things happen that are very interesting. Um, and it's just interesting to say the least. But yeah, man, it's interesting. uh, can't wait to see other episodes. Anyways, that's the spoiler section. Spoiler-free section, I should say. Now the spoilers.
Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, share this video, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below.
Okay, so spoilers. This episode has two plots, like most of the episodes do. The main plot is Ida meeting up with an old friend, the head of the Bard community, the head of the Bard coven, I guess. And she and him are old friends from back in the day, and he is a rebellion. He started a rebellion, and she wants to be a part of his rebellion, so they're a part of the same rebellion. And they just have a bunch of shenanigans happen. And it's obvious that she likes him. Likes him, because of all the blushing and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. It's pretty interesting. It's just interesting to see her show her emotions like that. And I don't know if he likes her. I think he used to like her in the past for sure, because the way he used to react around her in the past, he liked her. So maybe in the future there's a potential for them to get together. Unless it's not possible, I guess. I don't know, because they haven't talked to each other for a long time, it seems, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I assume it's because he put all his effort into his studies, and she kind of lost track of time because of her curse or something like that. We never really got the backstory between why they kind of don't talk anymore. But it seems like they're still friends, and it seems like a really cute relationship where Ida definitely has feelings for him, and I think he might have used to have feelings for her. Don't know if he still does. But if he does, there might be something in the future there, which would be pretty cute. So we see her with him and his I guess accomplices. And first, at first, like most of them like Ida except one, but then at the end, the one that doesn't like Ida calls her Mama Ida. It's pretty funny. Little joke there. And then at the end, they go to a place to do something, but it's a stick up. It's a what would you call it? I forgot the word for it. It's like a bust or whatever you would call it, I guess. Where the Emperor's Coven, the two leaders of the Emperor's Coven went there to stop them, and it's pretty interesting. And also, we get to see Ida, her curse, actually affects magic with magical items. If she does something with a magical item, her curse can infect the magical item. Which kind of is interesting. I wonder if that's going to come back eventually. I wonder if that will ever happen to Hootie. If she's using Hootie and she uses magic with him, will she ever accidentally infect him with her cursed magic? And she almost died from it too. She was prepared to die from it with the guy, just to save the witch's world, I guess. Until he realizes that she had kids, and she's like, Ida, don't be dumb. go with your kids. We'll deal with this a different way. And then he gets captured and she leaves. It's really cool. It's really interesting, really cute actually to see those two together. It's really cool. Um, but yeah, so Ida's curse does a lot more than just affect her, especially if she uses like certain magic items. It seems, which probably is something that's going to come in the future. So that's interesting. And at the end, the guy gets captured, and so does his whole crew except for Ida. And who knows what's going to happen to them because it turns out the system that Emperor Bells uses, the tattoo system, it can, I guess, encase you, kind of like a mummy, I guess, like encase you with magical tattoo powers. I don't know what else it can do. Maybe it can take your magic away completely. I guess it can. Well, it can take away your other magic except for the one you're using. So maybe it can take all your magic away, which is, now that I think about it, maybe his plan to take everybody's magic away with the tattoos to give himself more power or something, which would be very interesting. And then all the witches there will be like, "Oh, he tricked us," and they'll realize that they're idiots. But yeah, very interesting indeed. To see that tattoo can do that. But they still need him because it seems like he needs the head of the witches' covens. Maybe it's because they're the most powerful, so he needs like all that power. And I assume he's gonna betray all of them eventually. And then we had the second story, which was just kind of like a side plot, where Luce and King were going on a race for their school, and they were just training their butts off. Eventually, the race came, and they were kicking butt until King barfed because King, I guess at high speeds especially, gets motion sickness, and he shouldn't eat before he goes on high speeds because he'll barf. So he barfs, and they end up losing. And the whole reason for this is for King to talk to his family, but it doesn't happen that way because he loses, and at the end he still gets to say his letter to everybody, and how he does that is is by streaming it on like Ida's, I guess, streaming account. I don't know what you would call it in the magic world. It's kind of weird, kind of interesting though at the same time. And of course, a bunch of people hear it. And Ida this whole time has been freaking out about King wanting to leave as soon as she finds his dad. And she's just like, oh no, he's gonna leave. But in reality, he just wants to like be like get her to give him her last name, just to be like a part of her family forever. So it's really actually cute. And it's really interesting because Ida this whole episode was kind of worried about being left behind and being all alone, which I'm sure a lot of people have felt before. Older people. Maybe not everybody that watches the show, because most people that watch the show are young. But it's something that people feel, I guess. It's really interesting, kind of sad, but it's really interesting. But yeah, that whole scene was pretty interesting. And then Edith lets him do it, and she starts crying. Lou starts crying. It's all mumbly jumbly. And of course, a bunch of people see it. Like a bunch of people we know see it, and some people we don't know, including somebody that is related to King, it seems. And who is that person? I don't know, because it doesn't look like his father. I will say that much, but it could be his father after like the fight. He might be like super weakened. He might look like that. And it might be his father. But I was thinking there is other options. Like, I was thinking maybe a mother. Like maybe that's his mother or something like that. But I kind of feel like that's maybe not his mother, because it doesn't look like a big enough creature to be his mother, I guess. It looks like a weakened down version of the mural creatures that we saw in his castle. So it could be his mother, could be his father. But I was thinking, what if it was like a grandma or grandpa, or maybe a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, a sibling even. It'll be very interesting. That is part of King's family for sure. It just doesn't. We just don't know who it is yet. Could be anybody, I guess. Could be like uncle, grandma, aunt, cousin, grandpa, mother, father. I just assume it's not his father yet. I assume once we meet that character and they meet up, it's not going to be his father, but it's going to be someone important. And they're going to tell him what happened to his father, probably. Maybe it's even like a distant relative who's like a servant of the throne, like a servant of his father. Or maybe it's an evil person that helped take down his father. And he realizes that the son's alive and he's going to go after the son now. Probably by tricking him at first and then trying to do something, but then obviously Luce and Eda are going to save him. And we'll get to learn some backstory. But it might be, I don't know if it's going to like go that way or if it's going to go like, this is someone that knew your father, this is like your father or something like that. Very interesting. He's going to pop up again, or they are going to pop up again. I don't know if it's a he or she or whatever. But they're going to pop up again. It's going to be very interesting to see. Is it going to be a good thing or a bad thing? But yeah, that's probably the most interesting part of this whole episode. Really good episode. Really good wholesome moments. Really good shenanigans also. But the most intriguing part was that part where we saw a part of King's, it seems, family. But who knows who it is. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. That's the best way to keep my channel. Link down below to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, your friends, stay sane. Peace. Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, and share this video. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below. Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby. And you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look over here, buddy. Look over here.